berries. I'm using berries as a category, so you get to choose your own. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, lingonberries. You pick your huckleberries. Pick your own wherever you are. They are tiny but powerful because the bright colors, the blues, the reds, the oranges, are all caused by and the amazing flavors that pop out of a ripe berry is actually made with is caused by these bioactives, but polyphenols, the ellagic acid, the anthocyanins that really light up your health in all kinds of different ways. And by the way, for berries, here's something practical. Look, I'm a big believer in going to the farmer's market and buying the seasonal fresh berries, but here's the thing. You can actually get frozen berries, which are less expensive, and you can buy them in bulk and store them in your freezer, easier to deal with, okay? And they have the same bioactive value, and you're good.
Let's start with drinks. Because sometimes the smallest shift in your daily routine, like what you sip first thing in the morning or unwind with at night, can start to change everything. That's exactly how it began for Lewis. At 79, he was tired of the aches in his legs, the constant tingling, and the heaviness that made even simple walks feel like a chore. One day, as he poured his usual morning cup of coffee, he wondered if there might be something more healing to put in that mug. If you've ever felt like that, like your body is trying to tell you something, you're in good company. And today, you're invited into Lewis's story, guided by the health wisdom of one remarkable doctor, Dr. William Li, as we share his 5 food hacks. Before we go any further, if you're someone who's looking to feel better, walk easier, and live with less pain, make sure to like this video, share it with a friend or two, leave a comment below with your story, and subscribe to join this growing community. We are all in this together. Dr. William Li is a physician, researcher, and author who has spent decades studying how food can be used as medicine. His approach isn't about complicated formulas or fads. It's about empowering you to understand what's on your plate and how it can change your life. He focuses on 5 key health defense systems in the body, and today, we're zooming in on something he's deeply passionate about: circulation. Specifically, the kind that affects your legs. You know, that nagging feeling of cold feet, swollen ankles, or cramping in your calves after standing too long. Lewis knew it all too well. But things started to shift when he began incorporating Dr. Li's food recommendations. Small changes, big results. The first thing Lewis did was swap his usual coffee with a cup of green tea. Not just any green tea, but a vibrant, earthy brew rich in catechins, those powerful natural compounds that Dr. Li often speaks about. Within days, he noticed a surprising difference. His legs felt lighter, and he wasn't wincing every time he stood up. The warm, soothing ritual of sipping green tea not only kick-started his mornings, but also kick-started his healing. Have you ever tried replacing your usual drink with something your body might truly crave? Sometimes the solution is as simple as pouring yourself a different cup. As Lewis made that first change, he found it easier to try others. He began adding colorful fruits to his breakfast. Blueberries quickly became a favorite. Dr. Li often shares that these little berries are packed with anthocyanins, which help blood vessels stay elastic and support smooth circulation. Lewis liked them fresh, tossed into a bowl of plain yogurt with a sprinkle of cinnamon. The burst of sweet and tart reminded him of summer mornings from his childhood. He noticed he wasn't just eating for his health, he was enjoying it. And that made all the difference. Are there any fruits you already love that you could turn into a daily habit? Then came leafy greens. Dr. Li calls them powerhouses for a reason. Lewis started sauteing spinach with a bit of olive oil and garlic, or tossing arugula into soups and stews. One day, he made a warm kale and chickpea salad that surprised even him. Tender, earthy, satisfying. These greens are rich in nitrates, which help open up blood vessels and get that life-giving blood flowing to every part of the body, especially the legs. Within weeks, Lewis noticed he could walk a little farther. Stairs didn't feel like mountains anymore. Have you added greens to your plate lately? Sometimes all it takes is a handful to begin feeling a real shift. Another favorite of Dr. Lee's, and now Lewis's, is beets. Yes, beets. Roasted until caramelized or blended into a vibrant smoothie, they became a regular part of his routine. Beets are a natural source of dietary nitrates which help lower blood pressure and enhance blood flow. Lewis even started adding beet powder to his morning smoothie when he was short on time. It gave him energy, yes, but it also gave him hope. Imagine a food doing that, not in a flashy, dramatic way, but in a quiet, steady one. The kind of support your body can count on. Do you like beets? If not, have you tried them in different ways? Now, let's talk about one that might surprise you: dark chocolate. Not candy bar chocolate loaded with sugar and dairy, but real dark chocolate, the kind that melts slowly and satisfies deeply. Dr. Lee explains how cocoa flavanols in dark chocolate can help improve circulation and reduce inflammation. Lewis found a brand with high cocoa content, minimal ingredients, and no added junk. He started breaking off a small square after lunch. It felt like a treat, but it was doing more than that. It was supporting his health in a truly delicious way. Have you ever considered that dessert could be part of your healing plan? Lewis didn't do all of this overnight. It was a gradual unfolding, a journey filled with little discoveries and small wins. He kept a journal where he wrote down what he ate and how he felt. On days he added turmeric to his roasted vegetables or brewed hibiscus tea in the afternoon. He would often note an improvement in how his legs felt, less throbbing, less restless. It became more than just managing symptoms. It became about thriving, about reconnecting with what made him feel alive. Dr. Lee often talks about how food can activate the body's own healing systems, and Lewis saw this in action. The more he followed this path, the more in tune he became with his body. He learned to listen. On days when he felt more stiffness, he would reach for foods with natural anti-inflammatory properties, like wild salmon, rich in omega-3s, or turmeric blended into golden milk. He discovered new combinations, new flavors, new ways to nourish himself. And in the process, he rediscovered joy. So what can you take away from Lewis's journey? Maybe it's starting your day with a better drink. Maybe it's adding more color to your plate. Or maybe it's simply the reminder that your body wants to heal, and you have more power than you think. Dr. Lee's wisdom isn't about overhauling your life overnight. It's about making small, intentional changes that build momentum. It's about discovering what works for you. Let's pause for a moment. What's one thing you can change in your next meal or snack that supports your leg circulation? Is there a food from Lewis's list that you already enjoy? Can you build around that? These questions are more than just thoughts. They're invitations to participate in your own healing. And if you feel inspired by this story, share it. Share it with someone who might need a nudge or a little hope. Leave a comment below and tell us what step you're ready to take. Let's cheer each other on. As Lewis continued following these food hacks, he also began paying attention to how he moved. Dr. Lee emphasizes the importance of combining healthy foods with regular movement. Lewis didn't jump into any intense workouts. Instead, he took gentle walks after meals, sometimes just around the garden or down the block. He found that when he ate nourishing foods and then moved his body, his legs felt better and his energy was steadier. It became a rhythm, a routine, a ritual. Something to look forward to. Hydration also played a part. Lewis began drinking more water throughout the day, adding slices of lemon or cucumber to keep things interesting. It might sound simple, but staying hydrated helped his blood flow more easily, reducing that heavy feeling in his legs. He started to view his water bottle not just as a thing to carry, but as a tool in his healing kit. Something you might overlook, but makes a huge difference. The best part of all this? Lewis didn't feel deprived. He felt enriched. These changes didn't strip joy from his life, they added it. He got excited about trying new recipes, discovering fresh ingredients at the farmer's market, and sharing meals with friends who were curious about what he was doing. His story sparked conversation and connection. And that's what healing can look like, a ripple effect of inspiration. Dr. William Lee reminds us that food is not just fuel. It is information. It tells your body what to do. And when you choose foods that support circulation, that reduce inflammation, that strengthen your vessels and muscles, your body listens. It responds. Lewis is proof of that. At 79, he is not just managing pain. He is reclaiming comfort, strength, and joy. So now it's your turn. What is one thing you're ready to try this week? Could it be adding a handful of blueberries to your breakfast? Swapping out soda for hibiscus tea? Roasting some beets or grabbing a square of real dark chocolate? This is not about being perfect. It's about being curious. About giving yourself permission to explore what feels good and what helps you thrive. You're not alone in this. Just like Lewis, you have a community here. A group of people who believe in the healing power of food and the wisdom of listening to our bodies. If this story spoke to you, please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to stay on this journey with us, and share it with someone you love. Together, we can create a space where health wisdom is shared freely, where every small win is celebrated, and where your story, yes, yours, can be the next one to inspire. Let's take that next step, one meal at a time.